I found over all those years I'm doing vocal editing and vocal productions, I have found that there are speakers which just work perfectly well with vocals, and there are speakers that don't. A set of speakers which is good for a mix down is not necessarily the set of speakers you want to work on a vocal when you do vocal editing. On the contrary, there are speakers that are perfect for vocal editing, but you don't really want to use them when you do the mix down. The speakers I really liked all the years are the old tried and trusted 1970s Auratones. They have a frequency that for some reason makes it very easy to hear certain nuances in vocals and also to hear the pitch problems of a singer very easily, at least to my ears. I also like to work with Yamaha NS10s. There are way more expensive monitors that do not work for me because they tire my ears easily after a short period of time, or they just don't reveal the little clues I want to hear in a vocal track. So what you should do is pay attention when you work on vocals and just try a couple of different sets of speakers, and you might find one which is not necessarily the most expensive one, but which probably works for your ears way better to give away the little clues. So let's continue and listen to the next little piece.
I'll fly away, oh glory, I'll fly away in the morning.
Alright, this is a little bit harder because there's a lot of things going on with the melody. Alright, from the first impression, the third track is way nicer, it's better in tune, the vibrato is nicer, and I think the overall performance is a little bit better. Let's listen to the fourth one again.
I'll fly away, oh glory, I'll fly away in the morning.
The third one. Alright, the third one is definitely the better track, so we can cancel out the fourth one. Let's listen to the second one just to make sure we're not missing an even better take.
I'll fly away, oh glory, I'll fly away in the morning.
Let's go back. I like the sound of the voice better in the third track. I like the control of the flips in the voice better. And the pitch is probably a little bit better too. So we take the little part from the third take and let's listen to it on our production track real quick to see if we have missed anything which might bug us later. Sounds pretty good. And we continue. We do one more, and then I think you got the picture.
When I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away.
It's not too overwhelming. It's a little bit out of tune.
When I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. When I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away.
I like the first part of the first half.
When I die, hallelujah, by.
Until here, probably best from the second track because it's
When I die, hallelujah, by.
Well, the hallelujah is a little bit off here, and this will be hard to pitch correct, I can tell you now. So I'm rather going with the one which is more on.
When I die, hallelujah, by and by.
Okay. The by and by, I don't like the by and by. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to take the by and by from the third track and the other part from the second track. Now let's see how they sound together.
When I die, hallelujah, by and by.
All right, we do have, don't get puzzled by the little click we have right now. This is just because I randomly cut. This will be gone as soon as we crossfade both little pieces. So don't worry about the click. It's more about the vocal performance right now. I will listen to the last little part and then we move on in the production vocal editing process. Let's just pretend we're finished choosing the parts of the different vocal tracks which we like best and putting them together. What I'm doing now is I'm just checking the cuts between, that's why I'm getting rid of the playback. I'm just listening how the cuts in between sound, if there's anything which really bothers me, and I will show you when something comes up.
I'll fly away.
Okay, this is not noticeable at all. This is a good cut too. Now we need to make sure if we cut, I want to demonstrate this real quick. This would be a bad cut because the breathing of the singer from the one take and from the second take are not really blending into each other, so it makes a strange kind of sound in the breathe. As if she's breathing twice. Now we don't want to have that because even if we crossfade, it still might sound a little bit funny. So we need to make sure when we merge together different takes that we don't have the breathing kind of sound kind of strange. So I'm just going back and I'm leaving the way I cut this because there's nothing noticeable and we have a clean breathe. Let's listen here. So everything's good. It's good too. It's good too. Well, we have the plop here, and we need to make sure when we merge the track that this is gone.
I'll fly away.
So let's pretend we're finished with the whole track. So what I do now is I go and merge the regions, and the menu asks me if I want to create a new audio file, which I want. And this is my merged file. I'm going to rename it so I can easily find it later on. And at that point, I just call it Becky Lead Vocal 01. So this is the name, and I give it a little bit of different color so I know this is not an originally recorded track, but this is an altered or merged track from different ones. Now let's see, we had that little plop here. If this worked out.
When I die, hallelujah, by and by.
See, we had the plop here and it's gone. So we're good and we're ready to go and work on the pitch of this track.